So this event is called Baiye, or Beijing Baiye. So Baiye is like a direct translation of white night. The concept was really to have a series of kind of concentrated different encounters over a 24-hour period, so that there were sort of 24 events over 24 hours. Some of those events were performance-based, some of them were kind of time-specific, so they only happened for a given period of time, and others were ongoing for the entire kind of 24-hour run. Beijing has these series of ring roads, and outside the third ring road is basically all sort of high-rise buildings. The inner part of Beijing within this second ring road has this amazing sense of community still. This was trying to make use of that spirit of public space that you find in Beijing within this older community that still kind of exists, you know, within the second ring road. We had a few installations, artworks that were within this space. One of them was on the balcony, and that was a kind of a graffiti performance by a local graffiti writer called Biscuit. He is a self-taught graffiti artist. He taught himself from YouTube videos. We also had a series of film projections on the ceiling, and a lot of them were films that explored kind of figural forms and colour and movement. We had, in addition to private spaces like this apartment, we also had semi-private spaces, including an office space that was in an old yard near the Lama temple. And so that space had 3 different things going on in it, one of which was an installation that was done by a young pair called Huang Kankan and Jiang Li. Theirs was a telephone in an empty room. The telephone might ring when you were in there and you had no idea who was on the other line. Basically, there were sort of 3 types of venues. You had the kind of the private home venues, you had the public venues that were in a fixed spot, and then you also had these venues that were mobile, that were moving within the district. And so one of them was this event that we called Night Rider, and we had a music producer and a composer, a guy called Jordan Thomas Mitchell, and he was interned in this van, this kind of, we called it a getaway van, circulating within the district, and it had 3 spots that it could stop in, and people could get into the bus and would be driven around for, you know, periods of 15 or 20 minutes where music would be played inside and they would alight. So this idea that people had these maps and these torches and were kind of running around the streets in this one district, looking for things but really not knowing what they were going to find. The sense of sort of encounter and of surprise and of challenge that's quite consistent in Beijing is something that I really love about the city and that I really wanted to work with a little bit in the Baiye.